Welcome back to another video. I want to compare Tripo HD model. So this will be the case study. As you can see over here, this will be version 3.1. And I have over here the following case study. So I extracted from the following 3D scan the views. That will be the front view, left, right, and back. And I added those within Tripo. So let's take a look over here at the first case study. So we see that this will be the mesh. I will go ahead and I will have this downloaded. So I'm going to go within export and I'm going to export this as a GLB. I already prepared over here a scene where I added the 3D scans. I'm just going to change over here the IOR to B1 so we can better see the texture of the 3D scans. So I can also shade this with auto smooth. And we're going to see that the 3D scan will look like this. If I'm going to highlight over here the wireframe, we're going to see that this will be quite dense. I can also enable the statistics, and we're going to see that in this case, this statue is defined by 6.7 million triangles. Okay, let's load in the one made with Generative AI. So I'm going to go within import, file format GLB, within downloads. We should have the last one, which will be this one. So we see only 41 megabytes. And the statue will look like this. I'm just going to slightly scale it so that it will match this. So let's say something like this. And let's take a look at the details over here. I'm just going to take the texture off. And this is what really impressed me about the new version of Tripo is the amount of details that it managed to retain. So we see over here the profile for the head of the horse. This will be the eye. We see that the 3D scan had a lot more details. Over here we had the following ornament that has been recreated like this. But we see over here that the harness for the horse is pretty well defined. Regarding the overall posture of the horse, we're going to see that this will be as following. So we don't have any problem with the symmetry. We're going to see the following legs are all defined as within the 3D scan. So this is something that other tools like Item 3D, they don't really manage to output that really good. But take a look over here at the following details. So we have this made with Generative AI, while the original look like this. And if I'm going to go further onto the character, we're going to see over here that this will be the output. This was the original 3D scan. If I will enable the texture, we're going to see that with the texture on, the difference is not that visible, and a lot of details made by Tripo in this case will be retained actually within the texture over here. So we see, especially over here for the head of the horse, or we have over here the boot. It will look like this within the 3D scan. We see those wrinkles over here on the ladder will look as following, and this will be Generative AI. So in my opinion, this is really good. And also the model made with Generative AI doesn't have huge problems. So we see over here the overall position of the legs is really well defined. Considering that this was only created using 4 images, I think it's really amazing. Now let's jump to the following case study, which will be the werewolf. And again, this will be from Artec. You're going to find the link within the video description. And this will be the output. I'm going to export this again as a GLB, and I'm going to load this in. I can already see over here that there are no major problems with it, but let's just load it over here and analyze it. So this will be again a GLB within downloads. This should be within the last files over here. So not sure if the model is currently fully downloaded. We see over here that, okay, only now that has been exported. So this was the reason why it didn't appear over there. I like the naming from Tripo. So we see werewolf mask 3D model. So that's really good. That it will also output some really good names based on the content. Now, this will be the model. We have over here Generative AI. We have over here 3D scan. The 3D scan is slightly rotated, so I'm just going to rotate it like this. And let's analyze the mesh. So we see that for the 3D scan, the overall clothing of the werewolf had more details in, let's say, in 3D. We see over here that for this hand, we have an additional cloth over here added. So within the reference, it had a little bit of material over there, but we have a lot more over here. Now, regarding the fingers, we do have the correct number of fingers, but one of the finger, the small one, is slightly deformed over here, as we can see. Onto the other side, again, we have the good amount of fingers, the overall position, similar to the reference. And this will be the texture. So within the 3D scan, we were able to see the eye of the person using that mask. Over here, we're going to see that those have been kind of blended over here. As you can see, this will be the topology. This will be over here. So over here, we can better see that this was a mask, while Generative AI just recreated the head of that werewolf. But other than that, if you're going to take a look over here for the shoes, again, the 3D scan will have much more detail over here within the shoes, while the Generative AI will look like this. But again, I'm quite impressed due to the fact that this was generated using 4 images in this case. Now, let's go with the last one. If you follow my channel, you will know that for this model, I made the most studies. This is the bronze statue. I will download this. As you can see, for the file formats, I can only export it. So this was loaded on Artec quite a long time. So the file formats are STL, WRL, and Maya. And STL will not have texture. WRL is no longer supported within Blender, only within Blender 4.0. So I'm just going to go with the STL without the texture in this case. I'm going to go ahead and have this extracted over here. So we have the following STL. I'm going to load that in and I'm going to analyze it based to the other 3D Generative AI model. Now I'm just going to scale this by 1000. In this case, we see the orientation of the STL will be as following. I will need to rotate this 90 degrees. I will also rotate it over here on the Z-axis, and I will slightly increase it so we can better visualize it. Now, this will be the mesh, and let's load in the Generative AI model, which will be the following. So as we can see over here within the preview, this model is actually pretty good. I'm really curious to the overall position for the legs of the horse compared to the 3D scan. So again, this will be GLB. Tripo is now packing this up in order to load that in. But from what I can see over here, even if I will put the texture over here off, there are quite a lot of details that are well retained. And most importantly, we see over here that the following weapon will be a lot better detailed. If you follow my channel for a long time, you know that I use this as a reference for various generative AI tools, and we saw how they evolve. And most of the times, they had a lot of problems recreating that weapon. Now, let's load it over here. Again, this will be a GLB from downloads, bronze statue horse. This will be the model. So I'm just going to bring it over here. I'm going to roughly scale it to match that. And yeah, let's take a look over here. So we have the 3D scan over here. We have the other model over here. So in my opinion, Tripo made an amazing job over here. Keep in mind that for this, I didn't shade this. So the 3D scan hasn't been smoothed out. Smoothed out, it will look like this. So since this is one of the oldest 3D scans from Artec, the model is quite low poly, as you can see. So there are only 250,000 triangles over here, while the model made with Tripo will actually have close to 2 million. And we can already see the difference in details. For example, for the head of the horseman, we do have better details, even though they don't fully resemble the one from the reference. As you can see over here, the texture, not that great, but the mesh, in my opinion, is really good over here. If I'm going to analyze the posture for the horse, we're going to see that the head will be like this. So really well defined. We have over there the ears of the horse. And take a look over here at the details that are added over here. So really amazing details created by Generative AI, and this was the reference. So in my opinion, if you're going to compare 3D Generative AI with older generation 3D scanners, in my opinion, this will output better results. And as you can see, I can also slightly overlap them. Keep in mind that they are not exactly at the same scale, but we can go ahead and we can see exactly how they will overlap in this case. So in my opinion, that will be a pretty good overlap. That means generative AI made some really good progress over here. We do have additional details over here. So since this is defined by 2 million faces, we do have over here some additional details that weren't present within the original. So we do have a little bit of hallucination. We're going to see over here for the feet of the horseman, it will look like this. There are again some additional ornaments, but overall the topology of the mesh is really clean. So I can also shade this and it will look really amazing. Now, I'm really curious what's your opinion regarding this, because I do feel like modern generative AI have reached a certain point where older 3D scanning, let's say from 10 years ago, will output some results that are not that great compared to generative AI using a modern tool. So in my opinion, we have reached that thresh point where older 3D scanners that don't really capture the mesh at fine details will output results that are not that amazing. The main advantage of 3D scanning, even with legacy scanners, as we can see over here, this also added some additional mesh, while over here this is just connected, but keep in mind that this used a reference from that scan, so otherwise most likely the mesh wouldn't be connected over there. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what is your opinion regarding this. As I said, I think that generative AI, especially over here Tripo 3D, made an amazing progress, and I'm pretty sure that within the near future they will also address the texture, because the texture, as we can see over here for the Napoleon statue, is decent. We can move this within Unreal Engine, we can create an application, but over here for the horseman it's not that good. We see over here the texture for the face. For the horse, over here is decent, but again, this is 4K, but this is upscaled, so it's not actually that good, in my opinion. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're gonna find a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.